Hello friends, my name is Davis. This is the second episode in my design studio series, and this episode will be focusing on social media brands. You can look in the description for timestamps to skip ahead to the ones you want to see. The first one we're doing here is Facebook. There's not a whole lot to say about it. It's a pretty simple design. It's just a lowercase f. There's not a lot to say about Facebook either. Everyone knows what Facebook is. Everyone has it. There's not a color that perfectly matches the indigo or whatever color it is in real life, but this is as close as I could get. Okay, so the second one we have here is YouTube. I don't know if YouTube technically is social media, but I went ahead and included it in this video anyway. It wasn't especially difficult to do. I will say I had some trouble with the play button, trying to make it look right, and then I ended up going back. I didn't like taking away where I did, so I just went back and undid it, but in the end, it's a pretty simple design. You could put on whatever clothing you want. Alright, Snapchat. So I had a dilemma with this one. I couldn't find a palette that had both a yellow that didn't pierce the sun and also a black, so I had to kind of improvise a little bit. I wanted to go a more dull yellow, and with this color palette the only option was to use a brown instead of black, but I think it's okay. If you really don't want to have it be brown, you could go to the original color palette. The only problem there is the yellow is incredibly bright, so that may be an issue for you, but if you don't mind it, then that might be the way to go. The designing process for the logo was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. The mirror tool is a godsend, and I really just freehanded it, and it turned out pretty good, so pretty simple. In my last video, I didn't use any dresses or anything, so I tried to include some of those in this video. I explored using almost like a trim on the sleeves, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm not, a fashion designer or anything, despite this series, so I don't know. If you don't like it, don't include it. Alright, so Twitter was my first real challenge in this video. I wanted to put white on the collar, and apparently there's not a way to do it where it's completely flush with the edge, even though you can do it on the sleeves and the bottom of the shirt. For some reason, I don't know if it's just an oversight or what, but you can't get it perfectly in line. So I decided to go under the collar. I think I might have actually brought it down, I'm not sure. We'll see towards the end, but I don't know. I think it does look good. I just wish it could fill in that area perfectly. Drawing the bird was awful. It looked really stupid, and I eventually got it to look okay, but it was definitely a process. I will say I really like the color scheme of Twitter. The baby blue and white looks pretty nice. By the way, I am on Twitter. My handle is DWTRTV. You can follow me there if you'd like. Okay, so I'm going to be completely honest. I have no idea what Pinterest is. I know every woman in my life uses it. I think it's some sort of thing where it'll show you like crafts and things. I don't know. I'm sure people that use Pinterest a lot will think I'm ridiculous. I will say I struggled to make cursive using pixels. It looks okay, but definitely not amazing. This is what I was talking about in the Twitter section if you watched that part. The sleeves and the bottom of clothing works perfectly, but for some reason the collar does not work that way, and it's very frustrating. Alright, so Instagram. This was a pretty fun one to do. There's a lot of colors going on in this one. I wish there was a way to blend colors more, but I still think it looks pretty good. And the nice thing about Animal Crossing is if you look at it from far away, it doesn't really matter. Everything from a distance looks pretty good, even with pixel art. I will say there isn't a color palette that works perfectly with Instagram's color range, but I think I got it pretty close, and I think you get the general idea of it. I made the circle a little too small there, so I just expanded it a little bit, but it's pretty easy to do. Pretty simplistic design, which I appreciate. This is a fun one if you just want a colorful piece of clothing. Reddit. I spend way too much time on Reddit. There's moments where I spend an hour looking on Reddit, and then I close Reddit on my phone, and then instinctively reopen it right away. It's like, oh, well, that's enough of Reddit. I wonder what's on Reddit. If you ever use Reddit, you know what I'm talking about. I think the name of the alien is a snoo? Is that right? A snoo? I'm not sure, but he's cute. I've noticed social media uses red a lot. Alright, the last one is TikTok. I'll be honest, I've never used TikTok. I guess it's like please forgive me if this is blasphemous, but it seems like it's the spiritual successor to Vine. I don't know, I'm too old, but it seems like a lot of people use it and dance on it, I guess. I'm not sure, but it's short clips. I've seen some funny stuff on there, but I don't want to speak too much on it because I really don't know very much about it. Originally I was going with the white background. I looked up the logo and there was a white version of it, and then I saw that much more often it was a black logo, so I switched it up, made the background white, and then changed the logo to black instead of white. And I decided to add some blue accent here because I didn't feel like there was very much. It felt underrepresented, so I put the brim in that light blue as well as the top of the hat. So that's it for this video. If you've watched all the way through, you're a real trooper, and I thank you. If you have any suggestions for subjects you want to see in a future video, go ahead and leave it in a comment below. And if you did like this video, please like it and consider subscribing to my channel to see future videos and supporting my channel. Thank you for watching.